Howdy folks, I thought I'd do something for just a little bit different this week. I know that I've been kind of slowing down on making videos, but I've been doing a lot more photography since I got the, I've been borrowing a Canon 70D. I have a Rokinon lens and a Tamron and a kit lens. And I also have my EOS M, so I'm pretty much set up for gear. So I've been playing around with photography a lot. I thought since none of all of you follow my Instagram or Facebook or anything, I'll post some of the actual pictures here and I'll tell a little story about each one. Sound good? Let's go. Alright, this first one, that was back from when we had the BC wildfires over summer. And that was big, man. That was huge. Like the entire skies outside were just orange everywhere. And I was trying to get this tree to line up with the sun. And the sun almost kind of looks like the moon or something. You see how red it is. It was a really crazy shot, and for a couple days there, it just looked like a nightmare outside. It was so weird. This one, you wouldn't even guess how it was shot. Not at first. This was actually taken with a drone that was flying inside my house, and what it is, I put it down on the ground. I was trying to fly it to make it look like a stick man or something. Didn't really turn out that well, but considering, you know, I was flying a drone without altitude hold and just a cheap little toy drone inside my house in the pitch black, and it came out like that. That's amazing. That's a good shot. I like that one. And of course, my night photography, I was totally getting into the night shots during this period. Just over the last summer, I've been practicing. And this one, I was trying to get a little bit of that light smudge or a little swirl mark from the. If you leave basically your lens open for longer than 30 seconds, the stars are going to start to smear and go in a circle just because the earth is moving, right? So this was one of my first attempts at that, and to do this properly you want to point your camera at the North Star, which is kind of hard to get an angle on from my deck, but I tried anyway. Here's another cool one. It almost looks like the Milky Way. Well, that is the Milky Way at the top there. It was coming through, and I managed to pick that up, and then at the bottom you can see there's a plane. That's where the little dots are. Now, a lot of night photographers hate planes because they go right through their pictures and ruin the shot, but I kind of liked it. Here's another one where you can see the star swirls, and I think this was pointed right at the North Star. If you look up in the top right there. So if I just kind of maybe, I don't know, maybe lowered the ISO on this and then oh, I know what the problem in the shot was. I had a ton of background light coming from the farm just across there, and it ruined my shot. So that's why I didn't get a lot of the darks, and it's a little bit too bright. But otherwise, you know, it was a good attempt. You know, practice makes perfect. This was another one flying the drone around inside at night, because flying around outside and in the wind and trying to get any kind of stable shot is pretty hard. So although it looks really abstract and distorted and weird, this was actually a drone coming like right at my face. I was flying it and taking the photo at the same time. So you can imagine how much fun that was, but the effect was kind of cool. I guess I could have just done that with like lights or whatever, but I was flying it, I was staying true, and the shot came out cool. This was during the solar eclipse, and what I did is I put an ND filter on one of my cheaper cameras just in case I damaged it, and I zoomed right into the sun, and this was the effect I got. Most people got like the, you know, the typical black sun with a little, you know, crescent around it or whatever, but I got this with all these like weird, almost like solar flare colors coming off of it. And I think it was just a matter of the zoom and getting like right in close, and the camera just distorted it, and that's what we got. It was a really weird, colorful picture. Now we're really getting into the swirls here. You can tell. This one I doubt was pointed anywhere as north. It was just kind of a random shot. I left the camera on, and maybe I left it on too long, and that's what came out. But it did kind of get the details of, I don't think that's the Milky Way. Well, it might be. It could be just clouds going through the center there. But, you know, still, I'm learning, and it's getting better as we go. This shot I'm actually really proud of. I've got some nice comments on Instagram. Like, people are like, wow, like this picture is amazing. Like, how'd you do this? And it was actually nothing special. All I did was, you know, put my camera on long exposure, had a little flashlight, and you can see down in the bottom of the lawn there, and some of the leaves on the sides there too are a little bit brighter, so it looks like the moon is actually casting a shadow of light onto the lawn, when really it's not. I just took the flashlight out and like beamed it for like maybe half a second on each object, and then left the lens open for maybe 18 seconds or somewhere around there. But it came out like, surprisingly, that like half beam of light or that half second of light on the lawn and the trees, that stays throughout the entire photograph. So this was taken in pitch black, and it came out like that. And it looks kind of like odd and weird, but cool at the same time. I really like that picture. Same thing here, but this time I overdid it. I think I was like trying to light up the whole tree, so I probably had the flashlight on for, I don't know, maybe 4 seconds or something out of 18. And then again up in the right hand you can see a plane coming through there. So this must have been taken probably like over the course of maybe 30 seconds or more. Yeah, that's another attempt. This was funny. I was actually trying to get a picture of my 240SX at night. I took like 10 shots, none of them came out. And I was using a little cable release, like a little button remote for your camera. And the last shot when I went to go get my, I had the light on inside the car to glow, make it glow like that, right? For some reason, the last final shot when I went to go grab the flashlight out of my car, turn off the lights and everything, I must have hit the button on the cable release. So that's why you can kind of see that figure in the beside the driver's side. That's me opening up the door to grab the light. So even though this picture probably took like a minute or so to take, you can totally tell that I'm in there. And like the lights went off after this, and this picture was a complete accident. All the other pictures looked like crap and they were all blown out, and for some reason this one came out pretty good for a mistake. Last but not least, another beautiful sunset. I seem to be really good at these, and that's because every time there's a great sky out in my backyard here, I try and grab a picture of it. And this one I just kind of color toned a bit, you know, took down the colors and raised up the other colors and made it look kind of rainbowish, and there you go. So that's that. I'm learning photography slowly but surely. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like it, give it a thumbs down. This is just an idea I thought about. I thought I'd maybe do this like once a month, just because I don't do a lot of photography, but I do some. So let me know. Drop a comment down below if you like this and if I should continue doing this. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and cheers. Have a great Sunday, or whatever's left of it for you.